have been perfecting my vegan cheesecake recipe for years, and I can honestly say with 1025% certainty, I have mastered this high protein vegan chocolate cheesecake, and you will absolutely not believe what it's made of. Stick around because I'm gonna show you how to make an epic chocolate cereal crust, a smooth and creamy chocolate ganache drizzle to go on top, and of course, the main event, which is this epic high protein chocolate cheesecake. I just can't even. Hello from the day before. Now, smarty pants, if you guessed that we'd be making this vegan cheesecake out of chickpeas and tofu, you would be very correct. Now, we'll be getting to this magic shortly. First, we're actually gonna make our chocolate cereal crust. Very exciting. 3 easy ingredients. We've got chocolate cereal, pecans, and butter. Now, for the cereal, I am using these sprouted cacao oat O's from 1 Degree Organics, and they're the fabulous sponsor of today's video. I love working with 1 Degree. Oh my God, their products are chef's kiss. I've been buying them for years and years. All their products are of the highest quality. They're all organic, as in, you know, the name of their business, 1 Degree Organics. Glyphosate free. They have a huge product line. Go check out the link in the description box below where you can find out where 1 Degree Organics is available in stores near you. They're available all across the US of A and Canada. This chocolate cereal, I could just eat by the handful, which I do regularly. So first, we need to melt our butter. We've got 1/3 cup here, so we're just going to nuke it in the microwave until the job is done. Bye-bye. Meanwhile, grab yourself a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, that's fine. I've left notes in the blog post below on how you can make this, just, you know, with good old manual labor. So first, we'll take our 3 cups of our chocolate cereal and 1/2 cup of just some pecan halves. Throw them in the bowl of a food processor. Then we're just gonna blitz them up, you know, a few times until they start to resemble kind of like coarse, crumbly sand, sort of like this. Now, pour in our melted 1/3 cup of vegan butter. You might be familiar with doing this with like graham cracker cookies. Pretty much the same idea, but just chocolatey and better. Pulse again until combined. This is what we're going for. It's kind of started to clump up a little bit, but it's not so overly buttered that it's like greasy and really oily. Just the perfect amount of crumble. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside and we're gonna quickly prep our springform pans. Now take a piece of parchment paper that covers the insert by 1.5 inches or so around each side. This is probably the trickiest part of the whole recipe. And then carefully push the insert back up inside the spring form and then close it. And then if you have any amount of leftover butter, you can just kind of very lightly spread it on the inside of the rim here. And take a few other small cuts of parchment and just lightly press it on the inside. The butter will kind of help it stick a little bit. She's a little rustic, but she works. Now take your cereal crust and carefully pour it inside. And then just using something flat like a measuring cup or even just a drinking glass, press it down firmly into the bottom, just into a nice even layer. You can kind of press some of it to go up the sides a bit. This should only take about a minute. That's what we're going for. Just a little bit up the sides here, as you can see. Now we're just gonna pop this in the freezer just for about 10 or 15 minutes, just while we're getting the oven preheated, because we're gonna give this a quick little pre-bake. While you've got your oven preheating at 350 Fahrenheit, we are going to grab ye old blender, not drop it on the floor. Chaotic cooking with Janelle. Ooh! All right, folks, we're on to the making of the actual cheesecake filling. Yes! Our first order of business is to take care of our semi-sweet chocolate chips. Make sure they're vegan. Most of them are vegan, honestly, every time I've bought them in stores. Transfer them to a heat-safe dish. I'm just using a good old Pyrex. We've got 3/4 cup of chocolate chips here. You could also use like a dark chocolate bar or a semi-sweet, semi-dark, pretty much whatever you like. Back to the old microwave. Melt it until it's nice and smooth. Chocolate is melted. Let's talk about tofu. Yes, this is one of the main sneaky cheeky ingredients in this cheesecake. We're using a block of like soft silken tofu. This is about 454 grams. Plunk it right in your blender. I've got about a 19-ounce can of chickpeas, which is around 2 cups. I've rinsed them and drained them. Into the blender they go. 3/4 cup of soy milk. You can use really any plant milk that you want. 6 tablespoons of maple syrup. This is gonna give it the perfect amount of sweetness along with the melted chocolate that we have here. Again, this is 3/4 cup. 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla extract. 3 tablespoons of tahini. This is gonna also add richness and creaminess. A tablespoon of cornstarch plus 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. I like to always make sure I sift it before adding it in because we don't want any sneaky clumps remaining. Also, quick pause. My oven is preheated and the crust has been chilling for like 15 minutes. I forgot where I put it. So we're gonna pop this in and just let it pre-bake for like 8 to 10 minutes. Lastly, we've got some lemons. I like to start with the juice of 1.5 lemons and then taste it. And if you find it's not tangy enough, you can go ahead and add the last half of that second lemon. This is why I work out. All right, slap the lid on her. Slap. And you might need your tamper, you might not. We're gonna start blending this on high speed until we get a nice, smooth, creamy batter filling situation. You might need to stop and scrape down the edges if you find that some of the cocoa powder or the melted chocolate is kind of stuck to the side walls of the blender. Hello. Look at that. You know what you could add? A little pinch of salt. That never hurts. Pinch. And just in case you were wondering, this is the texture we're going for. Pretty much like a milkshake or a nice thick smoothie. I can't stop myself. Ooh. Pie crust is done pre-baking. By the way, in case you were wondering, yes, I do an excellent job of messing up my kitchen. Hello? You saw nothing. Pour in the cheesecake filling right on top of that crust, baby. God, that's satisfying. Scrape. Oh! I just made a huge mess. I was gonna say scrape every last bit of that batter out of your blender. Then I proceeded to launch it halfway across my counter. All right, now just kind of give it a light little jiggle and a shiggle to kind of even out that top layer. You can even take your spatula and just smooth things out. Your batter's pretty liquidy, or at least it should be, so it will pretty much just settle itself right when you pour it. And now we're gonna bake the cheesecake for 45 to 55 minutes, and then I'll show you how we're going to properly set it afterwards. Bye-bye. Also, just as a quick reminder, if you haven't hit that subscribe button below yet, go ahead and do it. It's a lot of fun here. I just want to help you live your happiest, plantiest life with healthy, high-protein, vegan recipes every single week. It's what I'm passionate about. I do it all for you. And if you subscribe, it will really help me reach my big, hairy, audacious goal of hitting 50,000 subscribers this year. Thanks. Okay, so the reason why we actually let the cheesecake cool in the warm oven for about half hour or so is to actually help it set better. If you leave it in the oven to cool this way, the temperature decreases slowly, which actually leads to a softer, creamier texture overall. And it'll kind of prevent that dense, gelled out feeling. Now we're just going to let her cool at room temperature for pretty much however long it takes, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then once it's room temp, just pop her in the fridge to chill overnight. Welcome to tomorrow. We've got ourselves a set cheesecake, folks. So excited. So what we're gonna do is carefully unspring the spring form. Gently lift that up. Wow, okay, the side parchment pieces came off with no effort. Thank you very much for that. We got ourselves a pretty fine looking cheesecakey specimen, if I do say so myself. Wow, look at that thing. Like, look at the crust on her. Ooh, she's nice and firm. Oh, I have to say, I am very proud of this. And you know, she looks very much like a cheesecake if you ask me. You know, some cracks are normal. It really is not gonna affect the taste or the texture of the final product whatsoever. I've got this really cute little cake platter that I wanna put it on, so let's see, how can I make this happen? Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Oh my God. Minimal crust breakage. Wow, I did it. At this point, she is ready to eat. There's nothing that needs to be done further, but because I'm feeling a little bit extra, I'm gonna show you how to make a really quick chocolate ganache. It's mostly just to kind of clean up the appearance, give it a nice, smooth, chocolatey finish, and you know, add a little extra fun. Righto, so I've just got a saucepan heating up. I'm gonna add a little bit of plant milk. I'm using soy milk, which is not as common for ganache, but we're using it because that's all I got today. Once she be steaming hot, which took like 30 seconds, we're just going to pour it over some chocolate. I have a mixture of chocolate chips and dark chocolate with about a tablespoon of some coconut oil, just to add back some of the fat that's kind of missing from soy milk. Then we're just gonna pour it right over top and just let it melt and soften for a minute. And stir it up until you have a smooth, chocolatey mixture, and cross your fingers and hope for the best. Oh God, I hope this works. Oh God, what have I done? Just kidding. Look at that. Smooth, glassy, shiny, pourable. This is exactly what I was hoping for. All right, now we're just going to take little scoopfuls and very carefully, gently, here goes nothing, and smooth it into a nice even layer. You can kind of let some of it drip off the sides if you want a fun, pretty effect. Make you look like a really pro baker. Ooh. The real question is, how much ganache is too much? Or is it ganache? Do you pronounce it ganache or ganache? We got drips, people. We got drips. Look at those pretty drips. Oh my God, I feel so pro right now. Now, what if we wanted to sprinkle some further chopped chocolate on the edges just to look super extra fancy? How do you like them apples? Look at this. This is like the most epic thing I think I've ever made. I haven't even tried it yet. That is like buttery smooth. That is creamy. This is an absolute masterpiece. Man, all I can say is fork drop. I'm out. I have fulfilled my duties to the vegan community. You are welcome. But don't forget to subscribe because it's a lot of fun here and you should join the Steamy Vegan fam. I love you. Have a great day. Make some gosh darn cheesecake. Mmm.